I want to rant a little bit here because let's start with week one. Let's look at these games, guys. I want to start by saying, man, this league is soft. Right now, we're soft as baby poop. Let's be real. Or baby food, I should say. We're at about probably better than, but we're soft. In general, the league is soft like baby food. It's unreal. And I feel like it's been going downhill from the moment that we moved away from 2-a-day practices. And now, because of the lack of a preseason game and load management and starters not wanting to play in the preseason, now we have the running joke of September is just the prolonged preseason. And look at these scores. The Eagles 24-20. Well, now we know in context a little bit because the Eagles have been struggling, but going into the season, this was like an expected, like easy dominant win for the Cowboys, right? The Chargers taking out the Chiefs, right? A game we don't see it. Like there's so much rust going on. What's going on, D Woods? There's just so much rust going on in the first month of football. These guys are not, their bodies aren't conditioned on top of that. Like I was a personal trainer for a decade before I moved into the corporate world. And during that time, I learned through my own training and the training of clients, because I trained strength and conditioning. Although weight loss was my thing, that was my focus. I still trained. I trained bikini competitors. I trained strength and conditioning guys. I trained power lifters, male and female. I also trained rehab, injury rehab, and I also trained clients with um, degenerative disorders like certain types of arthritis and stuff like that. Because it's so there's so I've seen a lot of things when it comes to the development of human body, and me personally, I've seen what it's like to build up a resistance to exercise. Right, these guys aren't getting up to speed soon enough. Their body isn't going through enough wear and tear, and as a result, they're going like 25-30% speed in practices and walkthroughs, and then in preseason they're going like 50%, 60%. Outside of the guys that are trying to make the team, of course they're going at 100%, but everybody else, all the starters and the backups and stuff, they're just going through the motions. And then they start the season and they're expected to go at 100, 110, 120%. And those are the situations in which muscle tears, in which you just open up the likelihood of injury. And now we're seeing a ton of injuries in the beginning of the season because they're not ready to play. Their bodies aren't conditioned. Mind you, if you're going to work the body hard, you have to also recover the body just as hard. So they got to be doing the cold plunges. They got to be doing the stretches, the massage. They got to do the physiotherapy work and all of that. The muscle releasing of all the muscles, so they're not prone. So they're back to 100%, so they don't tear when they go at 100%. And so with that resilience built up going into the season, we used to not see injuries like this at the beginning of the season. As a result, we're getting games like this. Look at this. 23-20, 26-10, 20 teams that shouldn't be winning are winning. Look at this. Jets put up 32 points on the first week. You know what I mean? It's just lopsided games that are because of rust, and then injuries are playing a massive factor. And if we continue to move away and move towards this soft generation, it's going to get worse, right? Before, people were complaining, oh, well, they're overworked. 2 days are hard. And the second half of the season, the bodies are breaking down. They're getting injured. Yeah, absolutely. That may be playing a factor. But the fact of the matter is that if you do a good job of doing rehab and getting yourself ready, you can avoid a lot of those mistakes either. So a lot of that lies in the training staff of these teams. Not every training staff in the league is built equally. And it's clear that the teams in the second half of the season don't have training staffs that are focused on recovery as much as they need to, especially for that time of the season. Their freaking 5-alarm bells should be going off saying, we're like 8 games into the season. Everybody's banged up. We need to work extra hard on recovery. We need to get these guys on the medical tables, getting all their muscles released. Because guess what? If the more that tightness builds in your body, in your joints, that's when they give out. That's when your knee goes sideways. That's when the hamstring tears. That's when the Achilles pops. And it's just not part of football anymore. Everybody's freaking soft as baby food. And it freaking drives me nuts. Absolutely nuts. Because I'm from the MJ era, okay? I'm old. I may not look as old as people may think, but I'm freaking 41, guys. So I'm pretty damn old. So I remember that era where we practiced harder than the games, so then the games felt easy. Let me say that again. We used to practice harder than the games would feel, so that they were easy when we played them. What happened to that? We've sacrificed good football to start the season. We're sacrificing young, talented players and old, wily vets that are just suffering injuries at the start of the season because their bodies just can't handle what's being thrown at them so fast.